Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? This your boy Marcus Elbow. Welcome to Healthy Music. And if this is your first time, hey, you in the right place. You already know that, though. I think you already know that. You know what I mean? But if you just coming back, I want to salute you for coming back and hanging out with us, man. You already know what it is. And listen, I want to say hey to all my healthy people. I know you working out. I know this. I know you eating better. Yeah, I know this too. And I know you making some hella type music, man. Listen, we about to get ready to talk about how to make your beats no longer thin and to make them fat. We're going to fatten it up. You know what I mean? So let's talk about that real quick.
Hey, live better, feel better, you'll make better music.
All right, so I do get a lot of requests for this topic, but really I get a lot of mixing requests. And I've always, you know what I mean, kind of avoided the mixing videos and mixing questions because I've always felt that mixing is one of those things where you can't really be told how to do it. You actually have to do it a lot, start to understand your equipment, understand your monitors, and understand your music in order for you to be able to get the best out of your music and your equipment. But there are some little hidden gems that you can do that can help you get to that, you know what I mean, that goal quicker. I'm going to show you how to take a drum kit that's a little thin, add some other elements to it, and to really feel that drum kit out and feel that beat out and make it a lot thicker and not so anemic, all right? Come on, man, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. All right, so there are a lot of ways to thicken up a track, and there could be a lot of reasons why your track is thin. The one main reason I think is just not getting your low end right, not getting that gravy thick enough, you know what I mean? And it ends up being, it looks like it should be thick, but it's not thick, you know what I mean? It just doesn't have that thump, that feel, you know what I mean? Because it could probably kick a little bit, but if it doesn't have an all-around thickness, then it just sounds like it's just thin. I've seen that. I've seen a lot of that with the iPad as well. So let's take a look at what we can do with a beat that I produced that appears to be thin, and then let's see what we do to thicken it up, all right? Let's jump into it. All right, so I have the Force on the desk right now, so I'm going to play this beat for you, and I want you to listen to the drums. I'm going to start it out with the drums because I think the drums are just thin right off the beat. I mean, the drums are just thin. As soon as you turn it on, you can hear how thin it is. Then we're going to bring other elements in, but then we're still going to see that even though we brought a bass in and some other things, we're still thin. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, what's really cool about this is that bass did fill it up a little bit, but once I bring the other elements in, you will see where it's still a little thin. And if you're listening to this with headphones or you're listening to it on your monitors, you would definitely know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to lie. This did kind of add a little bit more thickness to it. It's like we put a little bit more flour in there and we got it to be a little bit thicker, but it's still kind of overall a little anemic. Now, as you listen to that, that sounds pretty good right there. As you can tell, the beat came in and it came in way more thicker. The beat came in a lot thicker. It sounds a lot better. But let's try to figure out, what did I do to make it thicker? All right, let's just check out the drums real quick. All right, that's what we started with, but this is what I added. Now, what I want you to understand is that even though we still had a kick in there, I went in and I added some additional drums if you listen to it again. Now, that is the drum that I added on top of the already drum that was there, the bass drum, and it just gave it a little bit more kick because those drums just didn't have any kick to it. Right? And when we bring it all back, it's gonna sound nice. Now let's just bring in everything except the drums. That doesn't sound bad, but it's still thin. Now I know you hear that. I do not have that additional kick in there, and this is how the beat would have been without that addition, and this is just thin. Even if I bring the piano in, it's still gonna be thin. Let's bring the piano in. I mean, to the naked ear, that probably sounds good, but it's just not there. It done got a little fatter. You ate a couple of donuts, but nah, we ain't ready yet. Just has no low end really, besides the bass. Everything in. So my whole point really about this, and I want this to be real short because I'm not gonna get all complex and you know what I mean, just crazy with it, because that's not necessary. You know what I mean? The thing that you need to understand is sometimes whenever you have a bass and then you have subpar low end with your bass drum, which is your kick, your bass is not 100% gonna substitute for that thump. You know what I mean? So sometimes, most of the time, you're gonna need to add a kick over that. Now, this is very tricky. I'm a very experienced producer. I've been doing this for a long time. I know where to level those guys out to where they're not fighting with each other and they're also not fighting with the bass. So ultimately, what this really boils down to is knowing how to find that low end, learning how to mix those two. Let's say if you have a kit here, you have a kit there, knowing how to find that balance, then knowing how to EQ that bass and get everything to work in harmony. And then that way you'll have a full beat. And again, like I said, I've been doing this for so long that I could always hear when the beat is thin. I could always hear when it's a little muddy, and I know where to find that sweet spot. And a lot of you guys, y'all use samples and you automatically go put a high filter on your sample, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna put a high filter on it because I know that's what I'm supposed to do. But I don't really high filter everything, every sample that I work with. Sometimes you can split the sample. You can take the same sample, take that sample, put a high filter on it, and then put a low filter on the bass part, and then blend those two together to bring that sample back. That way you would have two separate samples, but you could have more control over the sample. You know what I mean? So if you're having a problem with finding that sweet spot to where your beats are just absolutely thin every time you put them out, check those things first. Make sure that you're not thinning everything out, making all your beat just totally anemic by adding way too much high filter. Always check your EQ. You can't really see a visual on the force whenever you're looking at the EQ, but if you have a DAW, put your beat in that DAW, look at your frequencies, see where your low end is sitting, see where your bass is sitting, your kick drum is sitting, and try to make everything fit in its own frequency. That way you will have a better mix and you'll have a better overall sound. You know what I mean? I hope this was helpful, man. I really wanted to come in and talk to you about this because I do get this question a lot. I do get a lot of mixing questions, but I'm quick to tell you that mixing is all about trial and error, and this is just about putting that work in. You know what I mean? Listening to your equipment, listening to your music, and trying to find that sweet spot. It's always good to use reference music. That's what I used to do back in the day. I would find a song that I like. I would try to mix my beat to exactly to how that mix sound, and that helped me kind of find where all of those sweet spots at. All right, so now that y'all have seen the process, I would love for y'all to get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of other ways that you can make a beat thicker. You know what I mean? Like I was saying in the video, add a little bit more flour to that gravy. But at the end of the day, really what it really boils down to is sound placement. Knowing your sounds, understanding where your sounds need to sit inside of the EQ spectrum, knowing what elements need to be where inside of that mix, and that's how you really thicken up your tracks and get the best out of your mix. This is just really mixing 101. Just listen to your music. It'll tell you what it needs. You just got to know how to go find it. You know what I mean? So, but yo, I hope y'all like this, bro. Like I really enjoy, first of all, I love making music. Y'all already know that, but I enjoy showing you how you can get the best out of what you're making as far as your music, get the best sound that you possibly can get. So if you got any more suggestions, like I said, hit me up in the comments, man. I'm always ready, you know what I mean, to look out for you. You know what I mean? Teach you something. You already know this, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, if you want to go get you some equipment, man, run over to Zounds. I got links inside of the description. Everything I buy it from Zounds. You know what I mean? Zounds got great customer service. Sometimes they don't even do a credit check. So go grab your equipment from over there. If you're looking for a course, or you're looking for any sound packs, or if you just want to join the Beat League Lounge, go over to elbowmediastudios.com. We just over there chilling, man. Come hang out with us. If you make beats, you love music, you love equipment, then you come hang out with us in the lounge, man. We dropping beats every day, bro. Plus, if you're in the lounge, you get the opportunity to know when we're dropping the pack for the beat battle that we do once a month, all right? All right, man, listen. It's been Healthy Music, man. It's your boy, Marcus Elbow. You already know what it is. Live better, feel better, make better music. I'll catch y'all in the next one, all right? All right, man. One, peace. I'm out.